Hello everyone, welcome to another Scratchy Seed video. Today we're going to be going over a pretty nifty seed, and not because of resources, because there's not going to be a ton of resources that you get from the seed and the surrounding generations, but it's a pretty cool seed in that there are quite a few generations, just quite around little areas around spawn. Now you'll notice that spawn is right dead in the middle of like 3-4 different biomes. So it's very versatile for any kind of playstyle you like, desert, jungle, mountainous, there's a swamp down that way, we'll get to that in a minute, but there's a bunch of different cool spots. And the main reason that this seed made it into a seed video was, one, because obviously right here there's a pyramid, very hidden, but because of my marker you could probably see it's only about 50 blocks to the first little tower of this pyramid. Now, like I said, there's nothing down here as far as resources. I mean, there is one diamond. If we can find the right chest. There we go. We got one diamond, which is not that bad for just starting. But like I said, this is mainly for the whole generation being here so close to spawn, regardless of how much resources in it. Okay, so let's go ahead and walk over to the second part of the seed, and right over here, let's see, I'll fly above it so we can see exactly how many blocks away it is. But this village also does not have a blacksmith, so it does not have resources. Looks like it's about 150 blocks. But like I said earlier, it's all meant for the generation. Really, just, I mean, this is a pretty cool village, just kind of wedged into the side of the mountain with little cave-ish looking type things kind of built into the side of the mountain, so it's pretty cool. I could see turning this into some cool kind of, I don't know, you could build this all into one giant castle of sorts if you wanted to. I don't know, it's just a really cool thing, not to mention, wow, lag spike there, not to mention it's only 150 blocks from spawn, so it's pretty cool. That's probably the main reason why it made it into a seed video. If we go ahead and here, I'll show you. I always show you, just in case you've never seen a seed video before, the diamond block is where you spawn, lapis is where you're facing, so just to get your bearings you should be facing the mountain when you spawn, so you're going to want to turn that way to the village, or that way to get to the pyramid. But of course, if you've already seen a video of mine, you'll know that that's what that is. Now we'll get to that sort of stuff in a second, but right over here, so you would spawn looking that way, so directly to your right, if you just kind of walk this way, and I'll put the coordinates of all these generations and markers I have in the description of the videos, so you can go to these places yourselves. But right here, as you can see, I have it marked with lime green because I'm about to drop down there and show you. There's a skeleton dungeon right here. So I mean, it's pretty convenient. It's quite a far walk, 250 blocks, but it's pretty worth it because it's a freaking skelly dungeon right here. We have a pretty cool amount of loot here. Pretty cool. I mean, there's nothing special, again, but it's a skelly dungeon right there, not too far from the surface. And the next part I'm about to show you makes it all the better, is just right over here. Obviously there's multiple entrances to this, but I just used this. There is a quite an elaborate system of ravines down here, just right under this desert. So we have like one big one here, we have a couple crossing down there, we have a huge cave area, and this feeds into the skelly dungeon. That's why I decided to show you. See, just right there, so you really don't have to dig straight down from that coordinate, but you know. And we got one down here, or more of a cave system. There's another ravine down here spanning that way, so it's a pretty interesting little ravine system, intertwining and stacking. That's why I thought this would make up for the lack of resources in the generations, because well, as you can assume, it's a ravine, so there's got to be lots and lots of resources in here, not to mention the elaborate cave systems, so you should be able to mine quite a bit of diamond and such down there. It goes pretty deep. Now if we head over here, we have quite a flight all the way down here, but it's pretty worth it because these mountains are very, very tall. As you can see, it starts to scrape toward the the clouds over here. So if you didn't like the little hill that the village was on for building purposes, you'll like the mountains. The mountains is pretty cool. I like how it makes this nice little, not really a ravine, more so like a cannon through these, through all these mountains. So it's a pretty cool little building area if you like mountainous area. So yeah, the seed's got a little bit of everything. Some random pumpkins sitting there on the mountains, and then right down the base of this mountain starts a nice swamp, and there's actually a witch hut just about 150 blocks away from the top of that mountain. And wow, I'm getting some lag spikes. I'm getting 40 FPS, but it's lagging because I'm rendering a video at the same time recording this one. But yeah, hopefully we can get through it without having too much lag. Looks like it's doing fine. But yeah, here's a witch hut. It's actually pretty rare for me to find these in swamps. I try to check every swamp of every seed I do for a witch hut, and rarely do I find one. So there you go. There's a witch hut. Obviously not too useful, but it's there. So anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed watching. The seed is 3526257. I will have all the codes of all these things, including spawn and the seed, in the description, so you can copy and paste that into your seed generation box when you're making a new world for Minecraft, and you can just spawn right in here. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe for more seed videos, and I will see you guys next time.